What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony with the Wrenched Out Experiment. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, so I just wanted to do a quick short update video. I was just traveling for business and I got a lot busier than I thought I was going to be. Come to find out, I guess traveling across the country, going to a bunch of events and doing a bunch of work stuff, it's a little bit more taxing than I thought. I didn't get out and do the photos that I wanted to do in Seattle or in Chicago. One thing I wanted to talk about, because it's content and motivation and everything else, and I'm trying to do more videos and more stuff, and one of the things that kind of keeps resonating with me personally is this: finding the difference between doing and not doing. It's such a difficult thing, but it keeps resonating, and here's why. Because I personally know a lot of people that are like, it must be nice, you can do, you are doing, you bought this because of that, this, and all of those things. But the reality of this situation and any other, it's up to you, the person or persons behind whatever it is you're doing. Now, I'm not going to go into financials or any of that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's, are you doing it or not? And that can fall into pretty much any category you want it to fall into, whether it's you want to lose weight, whether it's you want to read more or learn. I mean, like, learning is an endless endeavor that we all are challenged with, because you think your way is the way, and then you just kind of hit autopilot after you do it a couple of times. YouTube's a perfect example, and here's why. I've been doing YouTube for 3 years. Produced hundreds of videos on this channel and my other channel, and I got to a point almost like a slalom of a deal, to where it's like I'm weaving in between, but I kept creating and continue to create or not create, right? So the just doing part is, okay, once you can get that accomplished, you will become almost like that subject matter expert, or that person that can do X, and then you start moving to Y, and then you start moving to Z, and then you go back to A, B, C, and you go backwards after you've accomplished certain things to include your goals. Now, this isn't an easy endeavor, and a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm doing YouTube videos, or I'm going to the gym and I'm not seeing results, and that's because do you show up all the time? Yes? Great. Now that you've got showing up, mark that off your list and move to the next thing. What else is next? Do you need to lift more? Do you need to run more? Do you need to eat better? So choose that next thing and become the expert in that. And this isn't a lifelong endeavor. You're not getting a PhD. And if you are, then you took the steps to get a PhD. That is more or less the thing that kind of has been resonating in my mind as I was traveling, and I'm thinking, man, I got so much stuff. Even coming home, I wasn't going to do this video, I wasn't going to do a lot of other videos because of that fact alone. I've got so much, my scope is just blown up again, and I was trying to reduce it and lower everything back down, but yet here I am doing this stuff. In fact, I just shot a garage news video, which comes out Monday on my other channel, my automotive channel. And it's not what I necessarily wanted it to be, but if I don't shoot the video, then I'm gonna miss it. I don't have time to set it up, so I will set it up the following week, and I'm gonna try to clear off a bunch of stuff on my plate. Now, with that being said, if you focus on everything in life, regardless of what it is, in that sense, right? You plan it, you execute, you plan it, you execute, and these are incisable, obtainable goals, then you will find success. Now, it may not be front page news success. It may not be the success that, Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or any of that, but that's not necessarily what you're going for. It's not what I'm going for. It is obtainable things, because once you hit those markers and hit them 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 and you keep building, it's essentially all those small things add up to the greater thing. So 20 small things equals one big thing. Now, if you've got a couple of big accomplishments, keep those over here, but those small things will stack up and hit those. But it takes the relentless pursuit. It takes the relentless endeavor, and don't care. I'm telling you firsthand, because I'm a victim of this in multiple different regards of people talking shit, of people assuming. Now that's the worst, is people assuming too much, that, oh, I thought this, or why didn't this. Hey, if you're not communicating, if there's no expectations set, and if there's none of this and there's none of that, those assumptions are worthless, because especially in my case, I can talk to mine the best, of course. It means I'm just gonna keep going and going and going, because there is no boundaries there. While you're sitting there complaining, or you're sitting there bitching and moaning about everyone else and what they're doing, I'm just gonna keep going. Now, with that being said, I've been caught in that cycle, and I'll probably continue to be throughout my whole life, like most people are, because it's human nature. But if you can get past yourself, in that sense of, hey, I want to do this thing, maybe it wasn't accepted the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time, but you're you're building in increments. So the first time I did this video, you can go back, my first videos were horrible. Not that these videos are pro level, all of that, but my first videos were horrible. I thought in my head, hey, I'm gonna come out with these videos, I'm gonna be the biggest thing since sliced bread, and boy was I wrong. And it's okay, because what did I learn from that? I learned that, hey, don't put all your eggs into a basket, especially mentally, and think X, just execute. Build your plan, execute the plan, move forward. If you need to go back and retool, get to those places you want to get. It's super important, especially from a mental health standpoint and just an overall standpoint. It takes and requires a certain level of attention. It takes and requires a certain level of planning. Yeah, you get lucky, and luck is a part of that, to where it's like you just fling something out there and it gets picked up. Maybe it hit the algorithm correctly, or maybe it's just timing, or maybe, it could be a million different maybes. That doesn't matter. What does is that you're doing the work day in, day out. Try to get support. I can't say how important support is, and I'm trying to build my own support mechanisms, because that's the stuff that makes it worthwhile to me. It's not the financial, it's not even the accolades, it's the support where people say, hey man, I liked your video, or hey man, I just liked your video, thanks. Simple stuff like that. A simple comment goes a long way. And that's just video, not including the professional world or doing other things. I'm back and gonna try to get back into shape. I've been fighting that battle for a long time, but I'm finding better rhythms. I'm starting to build back up to where I'm confident that I'll be in a lot better shape here within the next couple of months. More to come on that, because I want to share what I'm doing, and most importantly, hopefully share some of that drive, some of that energy that I have. So maybe you choose one thing that you want to get better at, and don't let anybody stand in your way. That wraps this video up, guys. I just felt like sharing that. I've got a lot more coming. This week I'll drop. This is the second video I'll drop. I'm gonna start doing more of these. I know it may not be your favorite, but I do have a lot of other things planned. But right now, just getting back from the business trip, and then trying to get the garage and everything in order. I have been gassed, so I apologize for not putting out my regular. But I do appreciate you guys that are not only watching it, but supporting us, giving us a thumbs up, subscribing, everything else here at the Wrench Out Experiment. Don't forget, we're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. You can check us out on wrenchoutexperiment.com, which needs to be updated. So if you got anybody that's into web design or anything, contact me, admin@wrenchoutexperiment.com. Much more. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a great day. Find one thing that you can work on. Drop some comments down below. Hit subscribe. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video.